up? Whoa, yo, what up, y'all? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm just messing around, but welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be telling you how I learned to ski. You know, I started off like this. And then I eventually made it to this level. And yeah, I'm actually just joking. That did not happen. What did happen was I had a panic attack and I had to get dragged down by ski patrol. So I'm going to tell you that story, and yeah, I'm going to be doing it while I play some Minecraft parkour because I'm like a Minecraft YouTuber, kind of. Not really. Minecraft TikToker, kind of. The story starts about, it was last winter break, so like December. I went up to my friend's house in Maine, and I learned to ski for like the first time. Well, so I actually skied like once before this when I was like 7, but besides that, this was like my first time skiing. When I first like put the skis on, I could barely walk, you know, I couldn't even like get on the magic carpet to go down the baby hill, so I had to get a lesson. So that day I got a lesson, and then afterwards, you know, I just stayed on the baby hill, went down the baby hill like for a couple hours, and that was it. It was just one day I went skiing, like last December. But then this break, me and a couple of my friends went back skiing again. And let's just say I went off the baby hill this time. So first when we got to the mountain, I was still like, you know, just warming up on the baby hill. And then I was finally ready to go on the gondola. And, you know, getting on it was fine, you know. But then when I got off, I fell multiple times getting off, you know, it really hurt. And then yeah, like we were at this mountain called Mount Abram. It wasn't too, like the trails I went on, obviously they were all greens. And I was doing all right. You know, I fell a lot, obviously. But so yeah, that was just one day where we were at Mount Abram, and I just went down the green trails, and most of the time, besides when I fell off the gondola, like when I was getting off a few times, which that really hurt. Like one time, it really hurt one time. But besides that, it was a pretty smooth day. And then, this is where it gets bad. The next day, we went to Sunday River. And yeah, as soon as I got out of the car and I saw how tall the mountain was, I was terrified. I'm pretty sure I took a picture and said like, I'm gonna die. I like thought I was going to. So we get to Sunday River, whatever, get ready, put our skis on, and then we get on this lift, which is called the Chondola. It's called the Chondola because it's it's like a lift, but it has a gondola on it and a chairlift. So for some reason they combine them and they call it the Chondola. So yeah, I got on the Chondola. You know, getting on it was fine, but then when I started going up, first off, it was like so fast, the speed was going up, I was like terrified just at that. It was going so fast, and we were a lot higher than I was the day before at Mount Abram. We were at peak at Sunday River called North Peak. I'm pretty sure it's still only like halfway up the mountain. That mountain's like huge. But yeah, so I go up the Chondola. Oh, and then this is kind of a bad part. Not the worst, but when I get off the Chondola, you know, I've fallen a few times getting off the lifts, but this time when I fell off, I just fell. And like, usually they stop the ride when you fall. I don't know why I called it a ride. Usually they stop the lift when you fall. This time they did not. Well, they did eventually, but for about like 5 seconds or something, maybe 10 seconds. I was just on the ground and it was just like pushing me. And it was not a very fun experience. Yeah, so I was already like not well after that, you know. Now it's time to go down the mountain. And this is where it gets bad. So when I just was about to go down the mountain, I just looked, and when I saw like how high we were, I was like, damn, I don't know if I could do this. So then I start going down, and it is not good. It gets a lot worse. All right, yeah, so when I was going down, I just like kept falling, because one of my biggest problems was just like, I could not like turn. Well, whenever I would turn, I would fall. And that's just what kept happening, because I wanted to turn because I didn't want to go that fast. And I hadn't really mastered, like, I don't know, like the pizza, like to stop. I was not very good at that. Like I wanted to learn how to like turn to stop. So yeah, I just kept going, and I was just like, I cannot do this. Like I kept falling, and I just like did not want to do this. Like I had like a panic attack.
I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. Like I physically cannot do this.
So then I just started walking down the mountain. Like I told my friends, I was like, I cannot do this. I gotta walk. So I took off my skis, and then I just start walking. And this is like, we're only like maybe a quarter way down the mountain. So if I were to walk the full way, it was gonna take like probably like an hour and a half, 2 hours. I don't know. So yeah, I was walking for about 30 minutes, and then eventually some lady comes up to me, like a ski patrol lady, and then it was like me and one of my friends, and she asked us like, what's the problem or something. And then me and my friends, like, we already discussed this before, like we didn't really want to have to deal with this. Like, so my friend just said to her like that my skis were like broken, which was just a complete lie. They were not broken. And we just keep lying for some reason. I don't know. But she just goes like, oh, which one of your skis is broken? Do you want me to test it out for you? And then she like tries to like get me to put on the ski after I'm like completely like freaked out. I was also like very sick at this whole trip. Like my voice was like gone. I was like extremely dehydrated. Like I thought I was gonna pass out when I was up there. Okay, so she tries to get me to put it on. And like I did put it on, and she was like, it's fine, I think. And then like after like we put it on and it was fine, she like asked me, she was like, are you on any substances? And you know, I was not. Well, I mean, I guess if you count Dayquil for my freaking cough that was like going off all day. But yeah, I didn't mention that, but I was like, no, I'm not on any substances. I'm just having really bad anxiety. So then she was like, walking down the mountain is not an option. You can either ski down, or we can get someone to drag you down. Not like drag you down, but like get ski patrol guy to like put you on a sled and bring you down. And so that's what I did. I had to go in one of those sleds. I thought was only used for like people that like broke their legs or something, but I was chill with it. You know, of course I did ask, like before I went on, I was like, is this gonna cost something? Because I immediately just thought of like how like ambulances, like they cost a lot, I heard, pretty sure. Yeah, so, but there was no extra cost. And I was dragged down that mountain, sliding down. I was pretty happy. And I was very glad when I got back and I got to get some water. And then yeah, so that was this second day of skiing. We went 3 days of skiing in total. The first day was at Mount Abram. Yeah, and then the next 2 were Sunday River. So yeah, this was the second day that this happened. And after this, during the day, like I was like, I honestly thought I was not gonna want to ski like ever again after what happened there. I kind of just chilled at the lodge for the remainder of that day. I did go back on the baby hill for like a few runs, but then I was like, nah, I'm just not feeling this right now. All right, and then it was the third day. And this day was the best. This is the best day of skiing for me by far. You know, I did not think it was gonna be. All right, so we get to Sunday River, whatever. I'm a little more relaxed than yesterday. You know, I don't, because, well, I'll tell you my secret weapon later. I was a little more relaxed. And then I started going on the bunny hill. And, you know, I was very chill because I started listening to music. My secret weapon is listening to music. It keeps me very calm, I guess. Yeah, so when I was going down the bunny hill, I was like listening to music, just hanging out. I was by myself at this point. I let my friends go off. And yeah, I started listening to music and it just kept me very relaxed. So then I was like, I think I want to go off the baby hill and try something new. And was I ready for the Chandala, to go back in the Chandala? Definitely not. So that's not what I did. I found this other lifts that was like also all green trails, but it was like not as high. So like I wasn't gonna like panic, you know? So yeah, I went down those trails like many times all day. And then by the end of the day, you know, I was feeling a lot better. Like I could turn, I was going pretty fast down these trails. And I was debating, I was like, like, should I make it full circle? Should I go down the Chandala where I had a panic attack on and had to get dragged down by ski patrol? And then, you know, I kind of just came to the conclusion that like, you know, I did really good all day and I probably should just not go to up there just because I don't want to risk like having another panic attack. Then my friends were like, you should just do it. And, you know, some good motivation for my friends. And I decided to go up the Chandala and go down the mountain. So I went up the Chandala and I was chilling, and I did fall, you know, but I got right back up. I fell many times. And then I remember there was this one point where I was like going really fast, and this is what I always freak out whenever I start going fast. I just like fall on purpose because like I think I'm gonna lose control. But there was this one time I was going really fast, like going down the Chandala, and then I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna fall, like this is not good. I was going like really like a lot faster than I ever had before. And then like some like Ken Carson song came on, and somehow I just like locked in, and then I was zooming. I zoomed all the way to the bottom, did not fall one time, and then I made it. So yes, I was able to conquer my fear of the Chandala, which was amazing. Yeah, so what I've learned from this is to just, I don't know, like believe in yourself. That's kind of cringe. Bruh. But you know, you can conquer your fears. You can stop falling down the ski lifts when you get off. But yeah, so I don't know, hopefully I'm back to making YouTube videos maybe. I don't know, I haven't made one in like a few weeks. And yeah, so if you enjoyed this, make sure to drop a like and subscribe and tap the post notifications bell. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.